back today with another journal flip through of a traveler's notebook for this holiday season. This one is a lot of fun. It's made actually from a cover that I made in a tutorial video that I shared quite some time ago about making like a kind of mixed media type textile art cover for a journal. So yeah, I'm excited to use this cover because I absolutely love how it turned out. So the whole cover is handmade by me, and there is a video for it in my playlist of tutorials. And so it has this large flower on the front made from fabric, and there's some of my hand spun yarns that have been attached here. And the way that I did this cover was kind of like an old quilt. So I patchworked the whole thing and then did some freeform stitching all over it, and then did these little ties through it like the old kind of quilts that you would see that used to be made. And it is a 3-hole binding. So the closure is made from a stretchy kind of almost like a t-shirt fabric in this beautiful green, and it is stitched right onto the journal. So we open it up and you'll see that it continues inside. This is some of my own eco-printed silk fabric. There's feed sack fabrics, batiks, just beautiful fabrics in these journals. And so the journal opens up. It is sort of an ephemera stuffed journal. So it opens up to the first page with this beautiful 1950s photograph of these 2 little kids on a toboggan in the snow. This is from a collection of photographs that I got in an estate auction, and they're from the Guelph, Ontario area, 1956 through 8. Nice blue paper back here, and inside is large journal tag with a tuck at the front holding on to some vintage ephemera. So the tag is collaged. This says hanging the laundry out to dry, and this is from like a little book of just simple pleasures to make your life better. And the vintage ephemera that I've placed in here is a CB card, CB radio kind of calling card. It was a popular method of communication for travelers and truck drivers in the 70s and 80s. So this one is from John Crawford of Oshawa, Ontario, and I guess his handle or his nickname was Triple L. And so on the back he has a little bit of information. It's from 1977, and he says, "Please pass this card along." So that just tucks in there. And then over here we have a little vintage book plate of a cameo. And then this is from a children's book page. It's a children's book page from, I believe, The Snow Queen. Just a beautiful picture. And there's a lace and fabric tab at the bottom. And over here we have some coffee dyed paper that's from a children's nature study. It has this writing that children can trace when they're learning to write. And then there's vintage buttons and a little crochet flower and fabric collage down there. This is a vintage playing card and some map, and this is holding on to this vintage postcard from the Edmonton Inn. This one is not written on, but it's from a collection that I got that were from the 70s. And this is a beautiful page from a Release the Craftin' winter kit. It has this lovely moth down here, and it's just kind of a nice cool page. And then this is a pocket made from a Richard Scarry book. And inside there's a collage tag that I made from the from this paper doll from the It Capilla Imaginarium on Etsy, and has some vintage book paper on it as well. And it's backed with my jelly printing. And then this is a cute little piece of ephemera. It's a pocket, and I've added some nice vintage packaging and a bird. And the background here is from the paper cameo on Etsy. And so it has this little tab, and you can open it on up. And then there are 2 pockets here, and the whole thing is collage. This is cabbage dyed large format dictionary. And over here, you'll see this cute little, it's from this little book about the Tittlemouse, little journal card. And then this little bird collage tag, and that goes in there. And then it's also a tuck spot. So behind there's some nice paper here, and then there's this journal tag of some beautiful artwork and some nice floral fabric up top. Oh, and it tucks it on this side for a change. I'm so used to tucking on the other side. I tried to there. And then this is just a nice digital page. And then this is also a pocket. It's a double pocket. So in the front here, there's this little tag of a bird. And that pops inside the pocket. You can hopefully see that that's a pocket. And then some lovely, this is from Amity Bloom, just a nice page. And then inside is this little painting of a mourning dove that I did on watercolor paper, and you can journal on the back. Tea-dyed paper. And this is a little vintage greeting card with these cute little birds, and it says overheard in an orchard. And then inside is like one of those, is it not phonograph, I forget the name now, but like the double image of just this cute couple, and it's just a little journal card that pops in there. Another cute little bird on the back. And this is from a macro photography book about flowers. And then this is a pocket made from an index card, and it has some lace here and a little safety pin with beads and a little poem from the early 1900s called The Alchemist in the City. And it has a pull down tag with a pilot whale. And the other side is just some beautiful botanical digital paper with this nice fabric ruffle and these cute little bulb pin with these beautiful little leaves, metal leaves from some vintage jewelry. And that's tea-dyed dotted paper. And then some nice bright orange lined paper. And it's holding on to a couple pieces of ephemera. So this is a bingo card. And then this is a 1950s photograph of this beautiful couple in behind their car. And this seems to be a really common like photography subject in the 1950s, like posing behind your car. It's really cute. And this is a Rorschach style acrylic painting that I did on heavy watercolor paper. This is from a bird field guide, and it's a tip out. And then this is just a beautiful digital page with this lovely like fairy here. And this is some washi tape because there is another flip out here. This is Dipsy Donkey from a 1950s children's book. And I love this image of this like ticketing booth. It's so cute. And then this is a double pocket. So the front of the pocket is this 1950s super adorable, cute little kid. Hopefully you can see it. It's a tin type. And inside is this little botanical tag. And it has book page paper on back. And in behind, there's a damask pocket on cabbage dyed paper. And this is from a vintage children's fairy tale book. And it has feed sack fabric stitched up top. And then this is some tea-dyed shibori paper. And then we have this lace side pocket. And this is a botanical tag about the death camas plant. And at center we have a beautiful Edith Holden page, one of my favorite from this book. It is the March title page with all of the beautiful eggs. And up top is this little tag or tab, and it has an eyelet through it. And this is a carnelian, a little carnelian bead that's been attached there. And the bird on the back, it's just so beautiful. Then we have this, which is in a vintage brass paper clip on cabbage dyed paper. Just stick that back on there. This is from a box set of the story The Wild Swans that was really wonderfully illustrated. I actually made a journal out of parts of this this box set of cards. And then this little circus themed card that says have fun. And that just all pops in here. Shibori dyed paper. This is a burgundy pocket on cabbage dyed paper. It's lace. And then this is a collage tag with this beautiful butterfly and some sequins here. And this is from a vintage bird field guide. And then we have this very lovely French digital page. And then just some painty paper with a little shell button with some blue lace and a tab. And that's the other side of the Rorschach painting. And that orange paper again. And then there is here, this is just some dyed paper with some sort of like an image of a woman traced through the page. And this is a little fabric and lace tab. There's the other side of that woman on this beautiful paper. It's been tea dyed. And then this is a little pocket, and it's a verse from a book. It says, "Once I saw a little bird come hop, 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 and I cried, 'Little bird, will you stop, stop, stop?' I was going to the window to say, 'How do you do?' But he shook his little tail and away he flew." And there's a couple little birds there. So this has a couple pieces of ephemera, some stenciling it back. This is a calligraphy card teaching you how to do calligraphy. And then this is, it says "On Moonlit Nights," and it's a little bird themed collage tag. And those just both pop in here. And you'll see a fabric tab here, more of the macro daffodil photography. And then this is the other side of that vintage card. It says "Lithoed in Canada." And inside we have a botanical sample tag. This was an idea from Roxy's Creations. So I took a vintage botanical image, and then you kind of match up the colors that are in the image, and you cut little squares of fabric and you paste them below. So it's a nice tag. This is tea-dyed paper with feed sack and lace tab, and this is a page from an Amity Bloom kit. This is just a nice tea-dyed botanical page with some lovely fabric and vintage buttons, a tab on the side. This is a Richard Scarry page pocket, then with this little pocket here, and inside the little pocket we have this little, this is from, these were like little kind of playing cards that they have like a fairy tale image on back and a verse on the front. And the Cruel sisters were so amazed by their birthday that they forgave Goldilocks everything. And it was from like a game where you matched up verses from fairy tales and you kind of made your own fairy tales. Inside here we have a couple pieces of vintage ephemera. So this is a bridge score pad cover, and it's beautifully gold and embossed. It's just beautiful. And this is like an old, like you could order books through the mail, and it's just this really like cool, I think 1950s order page. So yeah, you could order all these old books, but at the time they were new books. Many of them look so cool. I would love to have them. So for anyone who appreciates old books, this is a really nice piece of old ephemera. And then this is from a Release the Craft in Winter kit, just beautiful blues and moths. And then we have a pink lace pocket here on coffee dyed dotted paper. And this is a little gnome collage tag from a children's book called Rainbow's End, I believe. And it's a really cute story about gnomes. And this is The Fir Tree by Josephine Reston Peabody. That's more of that children's tracing paper. It's been coffee dyed with dots. And then we have a large coin or bill envelope made from a children's book page. And inside this collage tag that says "When the Wind Blows." And so that just pops in here. Then over here, there is this blue cardstock that's been stitched on for an extra flip out for writing on. And this is a lovely belly band from Pink Monarch Prints on Etsy. And then there is this collage journal card with these birds and a vintage stamp. That just tucks in there. And then vintage brass paperclip holding onto this lovely sort of sports team photo from the 1950s. Oh no. Oh yeah, this is 78, but this is not from 1978. That's just like a number marking. This is actually from probably 1958. It is from a collection of photographs that I purchased that were 1956 through 8 from the Guelph, Ontario area. So that just pops on here. And then here we have one of those little office style envelopes. It's a tuck spot for this journal tag made from children's book page. Then this opens up, and inside we have this, which is a little property tag, Notre Dame Street, with all the prices. So this was from like a handmade version of a Monopoly game that was made in the early 80s that I found on a thrift when I was thrifting. Super cute. Great idea. And then this is the back of the journal, the collage of fabric. And that is the end of this journal. So thank you so much for hanging out and watching the flip through. This journal probably will be going up in the shop. I'm going to have a whole series of this type of traveler's notebooks coming out that have some similarities, but each one is unique. They'll be coming out and being posted, part of them in the shop, but they are for a holiday market that I'll be attending. So some of them will go in the shop, some won't. The best way to find them is to follow me on Etsy, because then you'll see whenever I post anything new. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We do lots of fun stuff here. And I will be back soon. You can find all of my social media information down below in the description box. I hope you're having a great day. Bye for now.